What is up, guys? My name is Kellen, and here are my thoughts on Secret Invasion. So, I just finished the last episode yesterday, and I thought it was decent. That's just my genuine response to it. I just think it's a decent show, and but with a lot of promises in the very beginning. And that's what I felt like a lot of these Marvel shows have been doing. It's like they start off with a bang, right? They hook you in, and then they start to poop on it towards the end. And you know what? I'm not gonna say it's horrible because it's definitely not a horrible show. It's a lot, it's better than quite a few of the other Disney Plus series that have come out. I would say specifically, of course, um, Miss Marvel, and maybe some would argue it's a little bit better than Moon Knight, even though I like Moon Knight a little bit more. But yeah, you know what? The show it's okay, But that's the thing, though. There are quite a few things to really enjoy about this series. It's this espionage thriller where, of course, this is not entirely new. Marvel has done similar projects where they got an inspiration from like other other mar other other movies, specifically Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That's where this sort of espionage spy thriller, and that's what you get with this show, and it explores themes of paranoia, and that itself is very exciting, right? Because with recent years, of course, Marvel, I feel like they haven't really been delivering as well. It's it gets a lot of bad rep, and for good reason, because of course, I'm in that sort of bandwagon where I watch these movies, I watch these shows, and they're just not as entertaining as they used to be. So yeah, you know what, I feel that the first two episodes and maybe even the third one, who knows, I mean, like I thought they were really good, very well handled. And it tells the story, of course, Nick Fury going back to Earth, because he was in the space station in Saber. And he starts to realize that there have been Skrulls living amongst humanity for for a while. I mean, of course he knows that, but he always knew that, but he didn't know it was that many. I believe like 1 million Skrulls. And they've infiltrated the government. Certain Skrulls have been shape shifting into politicians. And that's, of course, that's where the themes of paranoia, I mean, that is very interesting and exciting. And that's where most people would say, oh man, like Marvel's back. you know Not really. They're like, they come back for like a little bit, they show off some really cool ideas, and when it comes to storytelling, they hook you in. And then yet again, these stories end up falling off being generic towards the very end. Or if not, it seems like it's building up to something bigger, but then they end it off like, well, yep, that's it, we're done. And that's what this series does, because from my knowledge, the Secret Invasion story in the comics is a major event. The Avengers are involved, and and I believe like certain other Avengers have been Skrulls as well. And and of course, and they went a different direction, right? But I'm not judging it of that reason. I'm just saying that when I think of Secret Invasion, I think of a really major saga, not even a movie, just a saga. And I'm aware that the next saga is the multiverse saga. But me personally, I felt like it would have been a lot interesting to see a Secret Invasion saga. And I'm sure maybe a few other people feel the same way, but with just more like, we just got Secret Invasion, we got a mini series of Secret Invasion. And yeah, I mean, like, it's I feel like it's not enough. It really isn't. But of course, I try my best to not focus on all of that. I try to judge it on the storytelling, the writing, the acting, and all the other stuff, right? And for the most part, right, it was good, right? The towards the middle, if not maybe towards the last two episodes, that's when it starts to get into the aspect of they're just throwing stuff in there, you know, and I just did not really care what was going on, you know. And then of course, you know, Gravik, right, he's the villain of the show. He is the Skrull. He's like the leader of the Skrulls, and he is the one who is going to be he's the leader. He's the one who's making up all the rules, right, and what's going to happen and to end all humanity. And I thought he was a great villain, you know. But it's just they ended off with like they just ended this show as, well, yeah, that's it, you know. There's not really much to say. And yeah, you know, I just think it's an okay series, you know. There's nothing to really, to me, I didn't love it, and I don't want to completely bash it because there have been other Marvel projects that are a lot worse and very terrible, and this show is not one of them. But yeah, you know what, those are just my thoughts on Secret Invasion. So, you know what, post your thoughts down below, and if you like my video, please like and subscribe.